Summer is coming to a close in Montana. It's still hot, but you can see the storms trying to roll in. It's pretty wild. Kids going back to school. Town's different. People are in college again. I haven't been here at the end of a summer in a super long time, so it's just weird. They have what's called lunch in the park in the summer months on Wednesdays, and a bunch of like food trucks come out, vendors. It's usually hopping, really busy, and today it was pretty slow. And just realizing, that everyone's back in school. And I think quite a few people from out of town aren't visiting anymore, meaning like the tourism has probably dropped a little bit. I feel like that doesn't happen till Labor Day, but for some reason it was quiet. It was quiet today in town, and it just reminded me of seasons and cycles and how everything ends and begins again. And just like my year of no plans, for those of you who have not been following me, my name's Katie. Ever since January 1st of this year, I've been documenting my year of no plans, where I left hospitality after 20 years to take a much needed break and kind of figure out what I really want to do with my life. And being on this journey, so many cycles just have happened in the last year. Endings, beginnings, journeys. For me, there's been some travel involved in, changing locations, trying to make a life in Bali for a while, checked out Hawaii for a while, was fortunate enough to come back home and help some friends with projects back here at home. And so starting new projects. And it's just that realization that there's an ending and a beginning, but it's like, even with the ending, there's always a new beginning. There's always a cycle happening over and over and over again in our lives. And with the seasons, everyone in Montana looks forward to the summer season. And when the summer starts fading into fall, it gets a little sad, it's just, there's this huge osprey nest back here. Anyway, I just had to come on here today and talk about cycles. I mentioned the year of no plans. I'm starting to make some plans. An opportunity has been presented, and I'm not ready to talk about it right now. And I think that's fair. I will talk about it when it happens. You might actually see videos if the opportunity happens. So I'm in that phase. I feel like if this opportunity happens of closing a chapter, so an ending coming to a close, potentially Montana coming to a close, and a new beginning starting. And it's interesting how sometimes, like, anxiety and excitement feel the same in the body, but there's a big difference between anxiety and that like worry that comes with anxiety, and excitement, that joy, that ooh. And I'm feeling both and trying not to focus too much on which one it is, right? Definitely trying to lean more into excitement than anxiety. But with every new ending and beginning, I go through this phase of emotion where I have quite a bit of anxiety and excitement, because it's hard. The discomfort of change is hard. Can be scary. For me, there's a lot of anxiety around routine. Like, I work really hard to build these routines to keep myself healthy, to keep myself sane. And I feel like I've finally built a good routine here. And I think the biggest anxiety I'm having is if this opportunity comes and this change comes, how am I going to maintain this routine? How am I going to maintain this lifestyle that I've built, that I become accustomed to in a new environment and in a new opportunity? So that's the anxiety. Like, it's excitement because it's something new and a new challenge, a new place, a new whatever, a new experience. But the anxiety for me is not wanting to lose the habits, the routines I've built that are keeping me more grounded, more settled, more whole. And yeah, it's an interesting place to be in right now in my body. Meaning that having all these feelings, and sometimes all these feelings at once, and just trying to discern between them. Is this fear? Is this excitement? Is this warranted? You know, sometimes you have all these emotions when at the end and a beginning of a cycle, and it's like you have all these emotions going through your body, and it's kind of like, are they all necessary? That's one thing I'm trying to really hone in on. Are all of these emotions warranted for this experience and necessary? Because again, cycles are happening constantly. Endings and beginnings are happening constantly. I'm trying to put on my shoes, and so that's why I'm like wobbling, because the rocks are so wobbly. So I'm trying to make a point and also put on my shoes, because it looks like a big storm is coming. So I want to make sure I get out of here. Not get out of here. I'm not scared, but I just want to start walking. So yes, as new cycles are beginning, things are ending, there's so many emotions, and are they warranted? Is there a reason to be scared? Is there a reason to be anxious? You know, because sometimes I feel like now, with everything I've been working through in the past 9 months, 10 months, not 10 months, 8 months of this year, is really learning to distinguish between different emotions, why I'm having them, and are they warranted? Is it necessary for me to be so anxious about something when it's my mind creating scenarios that haven't even happened yet? And so I'm really trying to hone in on that knowledge and experience that I already have from a lifetime of making these big leaps, these big changes, following opportunities, and upheaving my life. And so when I have these big emotions around it, sometimes they're just there because I'm overthinking it and also thinking too far into the future than necessary. You know, sometimes these big leaps of faith are all about just taking the first step, one step, and then the rest will come. Then you take the next step, and then after you take that next step, it's the next and the next and the next. So I've definitely had to reel myself back from these intrusive thoughts and this old pattern of worry and really get down to the root and the core of it, and realizing that this is just changes happening. My body's recognizing it, and it's feeling anxiety and it's feeling excitement, and that's okay. So thank you so long. Thank you so long. Thank you so much for being along on this journey with me. And I'm excited to hopefully reveal some new stuff coming up in the near future. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.